I'm Emerjade Sims, and I'm playing Ma and Mama T.
Hello, my name is Helen Belay. I am playing Mary.
My name is Brandon Oakes, and I'm playing the part of Pa and Henry, and they're the two patriarchs within the play.
My name is Daren Herbert, and I'm playing John Daddy Hall in my Tarragon debut. This is a man who was born in the late 1700s and died in 1900. So a human who actually lived in three centuries. I can't fathom the things that he saw and did, and all the growth and all the pain and heartache, not to mention the number of wives he had, and then the children, he didn't even know all of his children. He had 25 children that we know of. And the track of ancestry. I was saying, I kind of understand now why the Bible has so many books of so-and-so begat, so-and-so begat, just so somebody somewhere later on can track it, because he couldn't even track it during his own life.
So you're watching all of these relationships and how they were formed because they were informed by other relationships that John had in the past. And so you're watching this journey through this one person's eyes, but through the eyes of other people who loved him. And watching how love can transform a space, a place, a person is really something that I think a lot of people can hold on to.
It's universal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike described the show, correct me if I'm wrong, ancestral fantasia, I think was the language he used. And what I'm excited about is the play in itself is not very linear. It's not what you traditionally receive, I think, in a theatrical space. And so the pathways we're following are emotional and energetic in nature. And music informs that in a way that silence can or cannot, because silence can be seen as music. We have the rest, right? But it feels so appropriate. It feels like it will help us heighten this plane.
Because we talked about what we went through in the process of getting here and watching it change and watching the emotion come out and the passion, which I feel you were talking about, the feeling you get in a church, the feeling you get at a sports event, the feeling you're going to get in this theater piece is it's passionate. I read one version, I read the next version, it brought this emotion, people were crying, and then like you said, the next time you were laughing and crying. So I feel like I'm super happy that I get to be part of something that is a share of this culture, because you can hear language, you can hear insertions of us speaking to each other with language, which I feel like is filled with love.
There's a beautiful mixing pot that's going on in the room. The way that language also intersects in this play. We do have the honor of having Monique Mojica in the room with us as dramaturg, who always offers a way to say something in a different way, because English is so limiting sometimes, and sometimes doesn't get deep enough for what you want someone to understand. Even if it's a different language that folks won't understand, I think by using different language, you understand the underneath of their intention.
I haven't been with it from the beginning, but I've been on board, it feels like, for a number of years. I think we've did some workshops via Zoom at one stage, because it was during the pandemic. And then I think there's been one in-person workshop here that I've done before. So I think the show is still evolving. Even right now in the rehearsal room.
This morning.
Yeah, it's still growing, because Mike doesn't like to call it a historical piece, but it's about a real person, real people who lived. But there's not a whole lot of written evidence, a lot of historical record of their lives. So much of it has to be extrapolated.
Yeah, I've noticed a massive change since the beginning. And it's just in the shape that it is, the characters that it focuses on, the story of the past and the present, which I think is very beautiful, and the emergence of it and how we're attempting to bring them together, to have conversations that we wish we could have.
It feels like a meditation, like a prayer in some ways, and I'm really excited for people to receive that, particularly because of the scope of story. It asks us to hold the entirety of life behind us, in front of us, and what is currently here in equal value, because they're all so active and present.
Totally. Yeah. No, for real though. Come Home, The Legend of Daddy Hall starts previews on May 14th.
Yes, and get your tickets at tarragontheatre.com. Come see us.